Hey, you guys want to go catfishing? Jump on in here. Let's see if we can go catch a big one. All right, first things first. Before I start any trip chasing these big blue cats, I like to inspect my line, where it's tied to the swivel, where it's tied to my rig. Today I'm going to be dragging some baits, and if you like previously drug another day, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, be sure to check your main line coming in if you're using braid or mono, either one. I'm not sure about mono because I don't really use mono for the main line, but I'm sure it's the same thing. But just check your braid, make sure it is. What I like to do is find the bad spots on it, go about a foot or two above it, and cut it off, and just simply retie to my rig. That way, if you do get a big fish on, you're not gonna have your heart broken because he broke your line because you got lazy and didn't retie your main line. Like I say, when you're dragging a lot, you're dragging over stumps, rocks, all kind of stuff, and it's best just to take a little time, and that way you won't have that fish story that you missed, especially if he's a big one. So we're just gonna retie a little bit, make sure everything's good to go before I put any of these baits in the water, because Lord knows the ones you remember the most are the ones that got away. Now this one's ready to go. We're gonna check 4 more of them and get some baits on and get out there. I come down here today anticipating anchoring on some key spots, but apparently we don't have any current rolling through here, so it's like a lake. So I'm gonna have to create my own movement, and the technique I'm gonna be using today is dragging. I'm gonna be dragging some wintertime deep sections of the river. We're on top of the dam here, and we're fishing about 60 and 70 foot of water. We're gonna drag through there and see if some of those bigger fish aren't just kind of chilling in the deeper water. There's the baits up here, so they're going to be around the bait. These fish will eat year round. Most likely we're going to use some planer boards. I'm going to stick a few of them out, and we're going to try to cover some water. A lot of times this time of year, like in December through the winter months, these fish and the bait fish kind of migrate into these areas just for a holding pattern for the winter time. They'll start moving again in the spring, heading up. Now that's not to say you can't catch them up shallow like on a real sunny day like today, but we got to start somewhere, and I'm going to start in this deep water. We're going to drag through. We're going to run about a mile down through here before we determine what's going to happen next. Once I get my rods out, we'll set the speed at about 0.5. We don't want to get over 0.5. In the wintertime, they're going to be just a little bit sluggish. So we're going to just kind of 0.3 to 0.5 and try to keep it at that particular speed until we see what they want. They may want something a little bit faster. Then we'll have to figure that out. But we're going to start there, see if we can't find us a big one. I got 6 rods I'm gonna throw out. I'm gonna throw 2 of them just right behind the boat and just drag them on the bottom with no planer boards. And the other 2 side rods, I'm gonna put planer boards on each one of them. And we're just gonna kind of cruise down here and see if we can't run across a big one laying on the bottom. All right, here's what I'm using for bait today, guys. Frozen skipjack. I didn't have time to catch any fresh bait, so frozen it is. We'll see what's happening. I'm gonna fish with relatively smaller baits today, mainly because we have these high skies, and generally when you got high skies like this, bluebird skies, the fish are kind of crouched down in the mud. So we're going to use some smaller baits right now, and believe it or not, that is one of my smaller baits. I know it's a head, but it's a small head. . right, here goes the last one. Once we get it out, straighten the boat up, set our speed for the proper speed, we'll be fishing. All right, we are steady at 0.3 miles per hour. Now we sit and wait. That fish is not big enough, but what's going to happen, he's going to keep pecking at that bait and twisting that bait and pecking it until the bait's going to be either half gone or just the skin on it. There's a lot of little scavenger fish down there, little catfish, blue cats, channel cats, and they just pick on it as you're dragging across. They may not be big enough to get it in their mouth, but they can damage it enough to where it's not going to be appealing to a bigger fish if you come up on it. Once you drag for a little while, maybe 30-40 minutes, if you're getting little bites like that, pull them back in, rebait it, and throw it back out there for best results. There he is. There he is. First fish of the day, guys. Well, he took it too, didn't he? I don't know how big he is, but we'll figure him out. He's probably gonna get my lines all tangled. This is the bad part about these boards. You gotta get them off. When you catch these fish in that real deep water, you just want to ease them up. There's no sense in fighting this fish fast and hard. You just want to enjoy the fight. That's what you go fishing for. But ease them up out of there because they need to decompress. Yes, once you see them blow bubbles, they're fine. But just ease them up real nice and slow. Feel the fight. Where you at? Uh-oh. We got another one going on there. Another fish. Oh, we do. Here he comes. He's a pretty decent one. Let me get my net. Get in there. All right. Woo. All right. Oh. All right. First fish of the day. You can see that mud on him. These fish have been hunkered down. It's been like 30 degrees around here, 29, 21 at nights. So these fish are really cold, but they've been, that indicates they've been in the mud, but it also indicates they might be coming out of that mud to feed. So let's put this one back. I'm gonna grab another one. Woo! All right. I think I had another one over here going on. I don't know if he's still there or not. All right, if you're gonna try the you're going to try to drag baits across the bottom of the river, you need to pick a good spot that's just like really flat with gravel. You cannot pick a spot with jagged rocks all around it. You could be fixing rigs all day long. But my ticket is find a good long bank that's deep, that's got a gravel bottom or mud bottom, and pull along that. You know, we haven't been hung up once yet, but now that I've said that, I'll run into something here in a minute. But that's pretty key to dragging. Find the locations that has the smooth bottoms. Oh, there he is. Oh, that's gonna be a doozy. This one's gonna be a doozy. Oh yeah, this one's staying down. Yeah, he's gonna get everything tangled. That's all right, if I can get him in and take a look at him. He take a little drag. Taking some drag. Woo, he's down deep. Ease him up. Ease him up out of there. This one ought to be at least a 40 pounder, I would think, the way he's fighting. Come on up here, buddy. Oh, he made a run. Made a run that time. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't act crazy. Here he is. Oh, he's a pretty good one. Oh yeah, I got my other line tangled up. But he's pretty good. Oh, I might be able to. That more might be a 50 pounder. Come on in here, buddy. Come on in here. Oh, that boat had to come by and mess my wake up. There he is. Oh, that's a nice fish. No, that fish is way bigger than 50. There we go. All right. There he is. Really nice fish. We'll put him back. Well, the worst part about fishing in the wintertime is the daggone length of day. You just don't get enough time in the day to, about the time you get started one technique fishing and you see it's working, it's starting to get dark already. So I'm gonna drift down through here a little bit more. I see this technique is definitely gonna work for us today, but I do want to try another technique, which is suspending over some structure and cover. I'd like to try some of that here before I leave today. So we're gonna mix it up a little bit and see if they're biting on the suspended bite too. Like I say, we've had a pretty nasty front come through the last couple of days. This is actually the first halfway decent warm day that we've had since the real cold spurt. So I believe the fish are coming out. They're hungry. At least they seem to be today. Oh, there he is. I got him. He must have hit it and just swam right straight to the boat. Oh, I got another one. This one's little. This is not. This one's bigger. Way bigger. Oh. Got two on at the same time. Woo! I like him takedowns. Oh, did he come off of there? He sure enough did. Dang on. Woo! You can't win them all the time. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed your trip. The technique we used today was dragging baits in deep water on deep water flats on the lower ends of the lake. Seems to be that's where the bait was. I kind of had a feeling that's where these fish were going to be. We had a pretty exciting day. We was dragging 70 foot of water on some deep flats, catching some pretty decent fish. The fish bit mainly between 11 and 2. After that, it really slowed down. We missed one huge fish, but that's the one that you're always going to remember, is the ones you don't get in. But yeah, he felt bigger than the big fish I did catch today. I suppose that's why they call it fishing. We're gonna pack it up, head to the house. But again, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I hope to see you in the next one.